basically 7 years. It's probably gonna end up in miscarriage. So we test. Hi guys, it's me, Christina. If you haven't already seen my previous videos, I wanted to go ahead and kind of introduce myself and my story and how long I've been dealing with infertility and what I've already gone through. So here it is. I am 30 years old and I've been struggling with infertility since, I want to say 2012 is when I got married. And of course, we were not using any protection as soon as we got married in hopes, okay, let's just see what happens. And nothing happened for 2 years. So then fast forward to 2014, I decided to, actually the end of 2013, we decided to see a fertility specialist. And when we went to the fertility specialist, they kind of just give you a basic answer of not really what's going on. Like, let's just run some tests and see what's going on. And then they really didn't give me any answers at that point. They just said that I had endometriosis and possibly PCOS. So for me at that point, it was just like, what is this? I don't know what this is. Like, can you just help me? So then in the early part of 2014, we just started treatment. We did Clomid. We started off with Clomid, and we did one, I believe, this was November or December 2000, geez, I probably should have wrote this down, in 2013. And that was just a Clomid cycle, no IUI. It was just timed, and doctors told you when to do a trigger shot, and yeah. So of course that was not a success. Then we went to cycle 2, Clomid again. This time we did an IUI, and of course that was a negative, unfortunately. Then we did another round of Clomid, IUI, nothing. So then I believe we took a month, no, we went again, so then that was the 4th time. And another IUI Clomid cycle, which at this point they had already had to increase the doses that I was taking because my body was becoming resistant, so I didn't take it, had to take more. So then that was the 4th, yet 3rd IUI, and it was negative. Then we did number 5. Yes, we went to number 5 again, Clomid, IUI, and negative. At this point, you're probably wondering why I'm still continuing with IUIs and Clomid. I was only, 23 at the time. So they were telling me I'm young, like, we can keep trying, it's not gonna hurt you. So I said, okay. After the 5th round, and it was a negative, and the IUI, I decided to take a break and just kind of clear my head, because it was a lot, you know, you're dealing with a lot. So then after that, then we came back for our 6th cycle, and this was the 6th time on Clomid, but our 5th IUI, and miraculously we had conceived with my now son Ezra, who is 4 years old. So then that first year of having him, I thought, hey, they say you're super fertile, you'll maybe get pregnant. Well, it didn't happen. So then at his first birthday, we decided, okay, let's really try now. Like, let's not just see if it happens. And nothing was happening. So I think maybe 7 months into him being 1, almost 2, we decided maybe we should go back to treatment. So we went back to treatment. Doctor said, you know what, you conceived on Clomid, let's go ahead and do Clomid again. So I decided to do Clomid, and we did Clomid. This was finally, I want to say April 2017. Yes. And I got pregnant, but my levels when we did the beta test, my HCG levels were low, and the doctor said, well, let's just wait a couple days. Then I did it again, and they were still low, so the doctor said, you know what, it's probably going to end in a miscarriage. So we tested again, and it dropped. So at that point we knew it was probably, but then I had gone back and it was kind of staying steady. So then they got concerned that maybe it was an ectopic pregnancy. So I had to go in, get ultrasounds and everything, and they couldn't see anything as they thought. And but I had already started bleeding, so they thought, okay, well, maybe you're gonna have it natural miscarriage. And then at that point, I still had to test my levels, and it's not spiked up, but it went up just a little bit. So then they were really concerned at that point. Then it was probably an ectopic pregnancy. So then I had to go in and get a shot called methotrexate, which will help clear out everything if anything was left in the fallopian tubes. And unfortunately at that point I couldn't do any treatment for about 3 months. So we had to stop for 3 months. I couldn't do anything. I still had to get my blood tested until all the HCG was out, which that was not fun at all, because I went into the clinic, and not where I get my treatment done, but I went into where they do the blood draws, and one of the nurses there like, oh, you're here again. And she's like, oh, you're pregnant, you're testing your blood, and and it's like, no, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm fortunately had a miscarriage, so they're testing my blood, and it's just those awkward moments where you have to explain, and usually the nurses don't even say anything, or the blood techs say anything about like what you're getting done. So that was hard. And then at that point, after the 3 months, I was desperate to try again because I had conceived. So I thought, hey, you know what, maybe this is gonna work out. So when I went back, they told me that we needed to forget Clomid and go ahead and try Menopur. At that point, they told you that 3 is the only amount that they allow, and then at that point, you have to get referred to IVF. So you have to take a class before you can start, because they like to teach everyone and go over like how it works. And we ended up doing 2 rounds of Menopur at that time, and unfortunately both were negative. A lot was going to be going on that following year, so we just decided to take the entire year off because we knew we only had 1 round. Well, we ended up moving in that year, which is about an hour away from my clinic, and that's the only clinic that I can go to with my insurance. So timing just never seemed right. So where we found ourselves last cycle, which was our 3rd Menopur, or last 2 cycles was our Menopur, and unfortunately another negative. So at this point, it's already bringing us to basically 7 years of trying, and we were able to conceive our son, and now still trying for number 2. Yeah, so that's been my story. It's been super hard, but I've met a lot of women who also struggle, and a lot of good stories have come through everything, and it's a really, really great community to be in, and I'm thankful for you guys, and I'm thankful for all the people that I have met through these struggles, because infertility feels extremely lonely, and especially after having a miscarriage, for some reason there's like, I don't know, we feel that we have to internalize that, and I did internalize that, and not until recently I started sharing that I had a miscarriage. It's still weird. It's still really hard to like share or tell people about that, because everyone kind of just sees you and you're just like, oh, well, you're still young, you have time to try. And I get that. I am still young, but it doesn't mean just because I'm young, like I still have time to try. Like, you can only get so many negatives and not like you feel numb. Like at this point, like everyone keeps saying, oh, we're praying, we're thinking about you, and I appreciate that like immensely for like family and friends to be saying that. But it's still like it's hard to like try to be positive and stay positive, because I don't know how many negatives I've seen and how hard we've been trying, and like trying to clean our diets and everything, and just not working. So I'm just incredibly thankful and blessed that we have our son, and if that's what God has and planned in store for us, we are 100% content with that. But with everything we have, and if we can and have the ability to, we are going to try everything we can to grow our family. So yeah, this is where I'm at. This is my story, and I want everyone to know that you are not alone, and I am here for you. If you feel like there's no one you can talk to and no one you feel will ever understand, I'm here. You can comment below. I will link my Instagram, and you can DM me on my Instagram and talk if that's what you need. And if you have any questions about my story and things in detail, I know this can get kind of long, so I didn't want to put too many things into it. So if you have questions, let me know. Yeah, so I should have another video up now that shares my current cycle and what's going on, and I will keep you guys posted with that. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that thumbs up for me, and continue following along our journey with us. Thanks, guys.